so we had covered a couple of episodes before, and then we decided to just watch the rest of the season and then just like review it as like a second half. I'm gonna give my impressions first.
Is this impressions of like the remainder of the show or just the finale?
Everything.
Oh, just the whole show. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like the show progressed pretty quickly. It wasn't like too boring. Like each character had their growth. They spent time on like each character and developed them pretty well. The finale was kind of like anticlimactic for me. They tried very hard to give you that moment where Will meets spoilers. Where Will meets his father, like they did in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but it wasn't as powerful as a moment as the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So it was just like anticlimactic, and it wasn't the season finale I guess I was looking for. But I mean, it didn't bother me that much. The show was decent for what it was trying to do, and I feel like because it is a drama and there was a lot of drama happening in every episode, that like this dramatic moment had to either be super huge or it wasn't going to work, and that's what happened. It wasn't super huge. And yeah, that's just how I felt about the show. We can get into some more details later on, but what did you guys think?
You want to go next, Dan?
Sure. So overall, I enjoyed the show. I honestly agree with most of what you said, Eslam. The season finale, I was looking for a lot more, and I feel like they just didn't deliver. I've said it numerous times. I'm not as big a fan of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air as many people are. So I remember the father being there, but I don't. Didn't Will know who his father was before, or that was a surprise too?
So his father came back and like he made promises to take Will with him somewhere.
Yeah, and then he let him down, and he left without
back
him.
on his promise, and that's when you get that powerful moment between
why
Will
doesn't he love
and
me?
Uncle Phil.
Yep.
Yeah, and that was a super powerful moment for that show because the show is a comedy, and then you have that super powerful, like dramatic moment, which made it all that stronger.
I read that in the original that Will actually, that was his real. He really cried. He really like.
Yeah.
He kind of. I think they said he went unscripted and he just started crying, and then Uncle Phil like literally that was like a kind of
you can see it in Uncle Phil's face too. He was about to start crying.
Yeah. So it was like a genuine raw moment, and Uncle Phil actually came in and like gave him that like support as Will Smith the person.
Yeah.
Well, I
feel like that's when like. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I feel like that's one of the things that like made people realize like, dude's a great actor. Like, it's just like he's this guy who does like clean rap, and it's weird, and we're gonna give him a show, and it's this whole thing, and then he goes in there and just he's like, nah, man, I got this. Like, I'm gonna win an Oscar someday.
Yeah. But I feel like they had already kind of touched upon that moment earlier in the season.
Yes.
When Will and Uncle Phil kind of have that "you're my surrogate father" moment, and then they kind of tried to do it again at the end of the season, and it didn't work.
Well, I feel like that wasn't there. Like, I feel like they did it earlier in the season, and then Will had his thing with his dad, and then there never was Uncle Phil's like tries to get it. Like they tried, and he storms off on everyone. He's like, "Hey, you guys lied to me." Blah blah. They didn't like if they would have done that there to try to reenact it. Wouldn't maybe if they did it there instead of the begining. But then again, you wouldn't have all the other stuff if they didn't do it early in the beginning. So it's like, how do you do it? But I said, overall, I like the show. I like that everybody was like touched on. Like it wasn't just about the character of Will. You got to see Uncle Phil. You got to see Aunt Viv. You got to see Carlton. You got to see Hillary. You got to see a little bit of Ashley. Also, don't fuck with Jeffrey. My God,
dude, Jeffrey's my favorite character in that show.
Man's an assassin.
Love that dude.
They called him 007. I was laughing.
But no, that's my thing. What about you, Danny?
I I honestly don't even want to compare it to Fresh Prince. Like, I honestly feel it's a whole nother show, and like, yeah, you could see like the characters are loosely based off the Fresh Prince, but like they're their own characters. Like even Carlton feels new. Ashley, all of them, Hillary, they all feel like brand new characters, and like they don't have that same vibe as the other show, and it's for the best. I think it's its own entity, and maybe right now it's maybe best to get away from that Will Smith image anyway. Yeah, right. But I overall I thought the pacing was kind of fast, but I enjoyed it. I felt like they're trying to do all the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air stuff like quickly in this first season.
In like one season,
and
yeah.
Just like
they were trying to
putting like numerous seasons into
moments,
one season. I felt like it was kind of jam packed, and again, like you guys said, the finale was kind of flat, and I also didn't like how Jazz just got with Hillary quick. He didn't have to like earn it. He didn't have to fight. There was no chase. It was just like, oh, we're together, and boom, 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 and I like I said, Jeffrey being 007. I like the little changes they made. I thought it was really cool. Even Carlton at the beginning, I was like, yo, Carlton's a bitch. He got the biggest forehead. And at the end, I was like, you know what? It was kind of cool seeing them make up.
I liked
the build with Carlton and Will was really good.
Yeah, I like Carlton's like redemption arc.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I liked his like story going from like being the antagonist to being like Will's ally at the end.
Yeah, especially at the end when he goes to I forgot her name now, Will's girlfriend, Lisa. When he goes to Lisa and he's like, I need him. Like I need Will back in my life. He's like a brother to him now, which it was good. It was good.
He's saying that Will was there for him in his time of need. He didn't leave, and he was there. So he's like, we need to be there for him, and that was at the time when Will like stormed off and nobody knew where he was. So I was like, we gotta help him. But my one thing at the at the last scene where he was with Jazz, they like made it seem like, oh, is he where's he gonna go? Is he gonna go back to Philly or is he gonna stay in Bel-Air? And he's obviously going to end up back in Bel-Air, so I feel like it was a stupid cliffhanger to cliffhang on. Like,
I mean, I agree with you, like he is, but at the same time, it's like this is a different story. Like, who's to say that he doesn't go back to Philly for a bit?
That's true, I guess.
But I'm in the same boat as you. It's like he's going to end up back with him.
I feel like he's going to end up back. Like, even if next season he does go to Philly for a bit, it's going to be like him, going back to the old life and getting in, like, see himself go and get in trouble again. He's like, this ain't right. He's gonna have to end up back in Bel-Air. I see it. But then again, who knows?
Yeah.
Overall, I'll give it a thumbs up. I thought it was worth the watch and entertaining, to say the least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had one issue with Jazz, and it was and I don't know if you guys probably didn't notice it. In the finale, when he was with Hillary, he had like the black shirt on. He had a gold necklace on, right? And his shirts are always open for some reason, showing his chest.
It's that LA fashion.
He had a gold necklace on, and on the necklace, like hanging from it, was the Arabic word for God. Which I did not like, because it's just like it's not like a fashion thing to wear.
It's like disrespect.
At the same time, like for us religiously, like men don't wear gold. They're not like allowed. It's forbidden.
Yeah.
And then it's like that thing is gold and it has like the name of God on it, and then like he's wearing it, and I'm just like, why are you wearing it? Are like
there's no point to it.
I don't know.
Like it's just there.
It was like a really weird like thing to just have and to throw on there. Like they didn't mention of anything with Jazz like relating to Islam or anything, and I'm just like, why are you having this?
They probably just thought it was cool, like how we
get
most
Chinese
likely tattoos and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
I know, and I get that now, and I completely understand. Like if people had an issue with that before, and like when I see like tattoos with like
the Quran,
like the Arabic No, not the Quran. God, I hope not.
I thought you
like
told me that
Sanskrit.
once somebody you like had something like part of the like Quran like scripture or something tatted on themselves and like it kind of defeats the purpose of it. Maybe it wasn't you.
I don't
Maybe it
know
was
if
someone
it
else that
was,
told
like,
me
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
because you're not supposed
Like,
to harm yourself. Yeah.
Well, for Muslims, yeah, you're not supposed to like tattoo
Yeah.
yourself. If you like, I mean, if you believe in the religion, I'm not gonna say that this is fact, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I can't prove it or disprove it, but for us, we believe like the body is not yours, right? It belongs to God. It is on loan to you.
Yeah, you give it back.
You're not allowed to destroy it.
Mm-hmm.
So also putting like the Quran on your body, it's like your body goes places where it's unclean, right? You go to the bathroom, you do things that are it's not like you go to the bathroom and you bring the Quran with you, right? You don't bring the holy book into the bathroom with you. So why are you putting the words of the holy book on you and then bringing it into these like unclean situations or unclean? So yeah, it's just like things like that. So like him having that, he's in a bar, he's drinking, like it's all just like
It's crazy. Like you
like-
said, the gold like represents like capitalism, the money, and also its style. So it's vanity, and it's like everything God is like no to.
yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just as a style thing, I didn't enjoy that.
That's a good catch. I didn't even think twice.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I wouldn't have noticed it. To be
Yeah,
honest with you. So yeah.
So I didn't like that. Jazz's character, obviously, is a lot cooler in this character. Yeah, him and Hillary got together way too quick. She didn't give no feet, But again, like you said, Dan, like these are completely different characters from what we've seen in the Fresh Prince. So we don't necessarily need to expect them to go through the same process. So Jazz is a lot cooler and a lot more smooth, and in this, he's somewhat successful business owner, I guess.
Yeah.
He's an
kind of.
entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like Hillary, and then he helped Hillary figure out like how she can use her skills to, instead of just being a personality on Instagram, she can actually like manage personality.
Be more of a business
instead.
partner.
Yeah.
The business aspect of everything.
Exactly, because she helped him get like more followers on his Instagram and stuff like that. So it's just like it was like an interesting relationship.
I didn't mind that at all, actually. Like, I didn't think about it much, like, but now that you mention it, like, now I think about it, like, yeah, they did get together quick, but in 2022, are they in a relationship, or are they just hooking up? Like, I still think that they might be at a point where they're not
I think
together.
They're probably no, they're not.
They're
I think
definitely
they're
not together.
just hooking up.
Exactly. So I think, like, they're still feeling it out. They might get to that point. There might be an issue where she's like, "Oh, I don't want to deal with you no more." You know, like, that could still happen. But
There was that one
like,
scene where Jazz was talking to that other like
Yep.
mogul chick, and he was like flirting a little, and she kind of was like,
what's
like,
this? What are you doing?
kinda
Directly in front of
hold
me.
up, like,
But
we
yeah,
were
I
just
mean,
sleeping together.
but like you said earlier, Disco, like it is a completely different show. So it's like like the comparisons at the end of the day, they're like apples to oranges. You know, it's like you can't really.
It really is.
You know?
Well, it depends on the episode, right? It's sometimes it's apples to apples, sometimes it's apples to oranges.
Yeah.
Depends on what the writers are trying to do.
Yeah.
Where they're taking these moments that were ingrained in our head from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and trying to recreate them here, and then in other ways they're trying to create a whole new characters, like an ensemble of characters. So it's just like this first season was kind of more like an experiment on their end of just trying to figure out what they're trying to do. Maybe we'll get more a more cohesive way of like approaching these characters, where it's kind of like, all right, we kind of did the nostalgia of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Now we're going to continue with our new thing and, try to pave a way.
Totally. I totally feel like that's exactly what they did. They quickly just like encapsulated all the other stuff, and now it's like, okay, now we're all new, baby. Like this is us, our new show.
I liked it. I felt like it worked, at least for me. Like overall.
My favorite character was Jeffrey. I like his new revamped Jeffrey
badass.
007. Like
Yep.
island Caribbean Jeffrey, yo, don't fuck with him. Yeah, it's crazy.
Man has the tightest suits.
I like how he had like such a good heart. Like he genuinely cares about the family. He was there for Will.
Yeah.
He was, and even for Uncle Phil, and he's just real as fuck with Uncle Phil. He told it like it was, and even at the end, like he was just like, I can't work for you, like, or like, he was just raw. And even when Uncle Phil fired him, he's
still looking out for him.
All respect, and he's just like,
Yep.
they hugged it out, and Phil was crying, and it was just I thought that was a really cool moment.
Yeah.
And then when the family was feeling the effects of like Jeffrey not being there, it's like, yo, is anybody gonna get that? Like, I thought it was funny and enjoyable. Definitely, he's one of my favorite characters in that show. I hope they give Jeffrey more airtime. They need to bring his ass back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they definitely will. Also, the exploration of Ashley possibly being bi was an interesting take on the character. Yeah.
They didn't do too much with it, but it's something where it's just like they're setting up the touchstones where it's like they could come back to it and do a storyline out of it, but it's implemented at least for now.
Yeah.
If they're gonna do that, I feel like Ashley's the perfect character for that too. Anyway, I feel like definitely next season we're gonna see more of that.
Yeah, it worked.
And,
you know who I did hate?
I'm curious where they bring it.
Yeah, you know who I did hate? The art guy who was working with Viv. I could not stand his character. What was his name?
Yeah.
Kylo?
No, not him. The one who was with Aunt Viv with the paintings.
actor.
Oh.
Yeah, because Kylo was the guy in the
guy.
influencer house. Yeah. No, I'm talking about the.
Yeah, he was very. I mean, he did a great job.
Oh yeah,
the actor
he was
did a great job
so
of
good.
portraying a sleazy.
He
like,
always is that
artsy-
character. Like, go watch Friday. He's the same character. He's like, hey, look at me cut this hair. Like, I'm making it look real good. like, bro, calm down, man.
He's like, I think you should start painting again, Viv.
Yeah.
Start looking at her with them green eyes, like, yeah, you got it. You got what it
He
takes.
has some really nice eyes. Though. You get lost in those things.
And then Uncle Phil showed up, just like, oh yeah.
Yo, I was so happy when Phil popped up. He's just like, yeah, I'm out here to represent. I'm out here because I love her work too. This, that, and the other. She's like, Phil, what do you know about it? He's like, it's good. It's good. I like it.
She used paint, right? Something. Oh,
yeah, I got this.
Oh man.
But yeah. How'd you guys feel about How'd you guys feel about Oh man, it was Marlon Wayans.
Oh yes, Marlon Wayans as Lou. Will Smith.
I could not. I had to run through all the Wayans names in my head, and I was like, "Crap! It's not Damon. I know he's not Damon. I know he's."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an interesting choice. Also, that whole confrontation made me real uncomfortable for some reason. I don't know why.
I liked it.
Like,
I'm not gonna. I did enjoy that scene.
I didn't not like it.
Yeah, it just made you feel.
It did make me uncomfortable.
That's the point.
For some
That's
reason.
the point.
I don't know why.
That's why.
It did make me uncomfortable.
That's why I feel like it was good, because I felt like that tension there. It's like
Yeah.
I felt like even when they were laughing, I was just like one wrong remark, and it's gonna be.
And dude, you saw how quick it turned. Like that was so
roll
good.
Up and fight on
it was so good.
I really, when I first saw Marlon,
Yeah.
I just had to get past the fact that I've seen him rolled up into a joint in one of his movies. Like, I just had to get past that real quick. I was like, no, it's a TV show.
Oh my god, wasn't that like Scary Movie too?
Yep.
Yeah.
He was smoking.
Jesus. That was so funny.
So once I got past that, I was like, okay, let's get back to the scene now. And
It's like usually we see him in a comedic role, but he did a great job in this dramatic role.
I've seen him do a few like serious dramatic roles here and there. So when I saw him, I was like, all right, I'm looking forward to see what he's gonna do. And he only had a very small part, but I feel like he did it well.
Yeah.
But the whole time I'm watching it, Danny, I'm thinking, I was like, he was almost Robin. Every time I see him, that's what I think of. He was almost Robin.
wow.
Yeah.
When?
Instead of who?
Batman 3. It was supposed to be him instead of Chris O'Donnell.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was supposed to be him and it was originally, I think, it'd be him and Michael Keaton, and then they replaced Keaton with Val Kilmer, and then they replaced him with Chris O'Donnell, and then they replaced what's his name with Tommy Lee Jones for Two-Face. It used to be Lando Calrissian from Star Wars. What's his name?
Oh, okay.
because he was in the first
don't-
two movies. Billy D. Williams.
don't
Billy D. Williams. Cool on the other side of the pillow. Drink Colt 45s. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Somebody gets it. Fernando, you're listening. You
Yeah.
got it. Text me.
Somebody-
Put
Well, I
it
know
on
the
Twitter. Be like, I got
see,
it.
because I think you guys just someone put that up on Twitter recently.
I think I did recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember that part. I just
Yeah.
yeah. Any other thoughts on the show?
Like I said, overall I enjoyed it. I had a
What
good
y'all
time.
Think about Uncle Phil? I guess we're doing spoilers. So, what y'all think about Uncle Phil stepping down on the last last episode?
I liked it. I didn't see it coming, but
Yeah, definitely kind of blindsided me. I was not expecting.
yeah, but I do remember him becoming like a big like judge, right? In the show.
Yes,
So it's like
did
now
become a
instead of
judge.
going down that route, it looks like they might be transitioning towards a judge because it was Judge Robertson who screwed him over, and Judge Robertson was the guy in the old show who was played by the actor who played George Jefferson from The Jeffersons.
Yep.
So it's like that is the guy. So I think what happened was he was going up against him. He died after he beat Phil in a landslide, and then Phil like got the job.
They're gonna still use that one. He's gonna die.
Oh my god, it was
Yeah,
funny
we
because
love
like he won, and then he just talked so much shit about Phil, and then Will was like, you know what, this is messed up. I hope you drop dead, and the man had a heart attack and died.
Yeah. I remember that. That was funny.
He's Lisa's mom in this one, so that would be crazy for next season if he did do that.
No, not him. No, it was he was the short judge that he knew about the whole.
Lisa's dad was
Lisa's
the
dad was the guy who
I
went
see,
against
I
him.
see,
The
I see,
police
I see.
guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, yeah. Never mind then.
yeah, it was just short ball dude. But yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, man. Decent first season.
Mhm.
Looking forward to the second one, definitely. But
Yeah. Solid 5 out of 8.
5 out of 8. There you go again with these random numbers.
3.75 out of 5.
Okay.
No, it was
Gonna give
pretty
it-
good. It was pretty good. It's like an 8 out of 10 in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Okay. All right.
I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
Mhm.
So